that's going to take a few minutes.
That'll take a few minutes, and while we're doing that, if you could actually do me a favour and score that beautiful pork.
So we've got some nice Murray Valley pork here. So pork belly is one of those things, back in the days, was just not that popular. These days, everyone loves it because I think everyone's just discovered that because it's got that intertwined little bit of fat in between it, it stays really, really nice and moist.
Absolutely, and once you put the stuffing in and we roll that and tie that all together, all the juices from the meat are going to go into the stuffing and make that absolutely beautiful.
Yum. So I'm just scoring this skin here because we want that nice, crispy, crackling skin. And you just need a really sharp knife for this. All right, nicely scored. I'm going to flip that over for you. So I guess we just have to wait for that to cook.
We certainly do. We've got to wait for that to cook. So if you could just grab me a handful of sage leaves or just a little bunch of sage and just roughly chop that up. I'm going to throw in this quinoa flake and just...
So they go straight in there.
Straight in there and stir that around with a big splash of some raspberry vinegar. It's absolutely beautiful.
It does smell delicious. So we've got some sage in there, which is best friends with pork.
So that's just going to... Now we can... Basically, that's all... It's very dry at the moment. It's absorbing all the moisture.
Yep.
Now we're going to just sort of push that around the pan and then we're going to turn it off the heat and let it sit.
Let it sit, OK.
So now that this has been sitting here for a little bit, it's cooled down so I can actually touch it, but the aroma's still there. Can you smell it?
Oh, the sage is just outstanding.
So what we're going to do is just move over here and I'm going to just sprinkle some on.
So it's still dry, but that's the whole point of it because there's going to be so much liquid when it cooks.
Absolutely. So what I want to do is, you know how at this particular point or just previously with, say, bread, you would get the bread and get it to soak all the things in. So now we're sort of pushing the quinoa into the pork. Now, the prunes have basically really sort of absorbed all of that maple syrup. So if you want to put them in a little line down there.
All of them?
Yep, all of them.
I can do that for you. And this will be great because as soon as you cut into this, you've got that little roundness of sweetness just sitting in the middle.
And the prunes, because they've absorbed the sweetness of that maple, they will actually really bulb up in the centre. So now what we're going to do is we're going to roll our pork and tie it up and put it in the oven. So here we go. Great, Justine. So that's the last one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to salt the pork and we're going to put that into the oven on 250 for about an hour. And then we're going to turn it down to 180 and let that go for a few more minutes.
Fantastic.
So let's go to the oven.